competitor, the very funny, the hilarious Pete Johansson! Hey. All right. I know, another ethnic comic. Right, look at this guy. He's gonna know the street. So, for the longest time, I was the only ejaculator in my relationship. And, yeah, I'm married, and I was the only one doing that for the first 7 years of the marriage. And recently, my wife learned to ejaculate. And that sort of flip-flopped the gender expectations quite a bit. She really is relishing in it. And I kind of took my own personal position as a male for granted in what I used to request, but now I don't have a leg to stand on now, because now when she's about to ejaculate, she's always like, where do you want it? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Well, do you want it in the face or in the chest? There. I'm like, what turns you on the most? I want to put it on your face. I'm like, well, give her then. Just put her all over that face of mine. And she just lays it on it. She just bow, you know? And she's like, do you like that? And I'm like, oh, do I like that? Oh, man, that's the best. I'm loving it. Good, I ordered a pizza. Now answer the door with it all over your face. Did really well over here. You notice that? If this is the judging side, I fucking won right there. But if this side's judging, ooh, who wants to split the money? It's an inside. Okay. He only smiles when I look at him. He's like a fridge door. So I'm married, I know, sad looks on the girls' faces. Oh, don't worry, I cheat. Again, this side fucking hates me. That's a good sign. They're jokes, don't worry. I love my wife, too. I like having a wife, too, because we're 10 years together, and that's my only safe space now, because I can be comfortable at home. Everywhere now in the modern world, you got to be very careful about what you say, or somebody's going to blog about it. It's very dangerous out there, you know? But at home, I don't have to think at all. I just, right out my fucking mouth. As soon as the thought pops in, boom, boom. Outsider hears it, I look awful. But at home, we get each other so well. That's the magic of it. Like the other night, my wife couldn't fall asleep, and I was like, oh, do you want me to tell you one of your stories? And that just popped right out, you know? And we laughed about it, but an outsider would be like, oh, that's the meanest thing I ever heard. But you're not fucking married for 10 years, and that's why we got to start celebrating the end of the 10-year relationships, not beginning relationships. All the movies about falling in love, that's bullshit. That's not even love the first 18 months. That's your brains flooded with oxytocin and vasodiaphrine, creating a bonding mechanism because your body's excited about finding a DNA replication device. There's no real love there. The real love is 8 years in where there's fucking no chemicals in my brain making me stay going, I can't do better, make this work. That's the magic right there. And I like the way we communicate, too. That far in, the communication's better. The beginning of a relationship, you manipulate each other. You want sex, you buy him dinner, you take him out and do stuff. My wife, when she wanted sex, she'd come over and do my dishes. It would turn me on. I don't know why. I'm not going to apologize for that. You're like, oh, you're a misogynist. I'm not a misogynist. I'm very progressive. I think my dick might be a free market capitalist. It's like, oh, free labor. Boom, hard on. But that would turn me on, and I'd kiss her neck. She'll stop it, I'm doing the dishes. I'm like, I know what you want. We drop to the floor and fuck right there. That's the beginning of a relationship, you know? 9 years in, fuck, if I ever caught her doing the dishes, I'd never interrupt her. I'll tell you that much right now. You know? I might hang out around the corner and jerk off and watch. That's a possibility. But now we just ask. We just ask each other, you want some sex? Yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything. Why not? Sure, yeah. Sometimes she prescribes sex for me. I'll come home, do you have a tough day? I did. Do you want to stick it in me? I do. She calls it plugging in. It's how I recharge. She thinks I'm a Tesla. But rejection's a whole different level now, too. Rejection's harsh. You want to have some sex? No. Sometimes she gives me information I don't want. Want to have a little sex? Oh, I can't. I'm a mess down there. I'm sorry? Oh, I'm a mess down there. You don't want to see it. Kind of want to see it. I'll be honest with you. Oh, you don't want to see it. It's a hairy thatch. I got to get it waxed up before we do anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? We've been together for 9 years. I love you. You're my wife. You don't have to subscribe to some societal pressure to create an unrealistic expectation for vaginal appearance just because some pedophilic fantasy took hold in the 60s and 70s and 80s, grabbed hold and then created a secondary revenue stream for beauty salons. Your vagina's beautiful because it's attached to the woman I love, okay? And she's like, oh, you're just saying that because you're fat. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? fuck, I got 1 minute left. Well, you guys have been great. I really enjoyed you. But I actually like to thank this part more than this side. And you're like, why? Why would you thank this side more than that side when we clearly laughed at you? Well, let me explain why. Because it's obviously easy to get happy, joyful people like you guys down to a comedy con. It's like, you want to come to a comedy show? You bet I do, Pete. Thanks. But do you know how hard it is to get miserable cunts like these people out to a comedy show? Yeah, it's hard work. We only came down to support our friend. Anyways, thanks a lot. You guys have been great. Good night.